to be reminded why gun registration is gun confiscation. And they'll say, oh, you guys are so paranoid. No, registration always leads to confiscation. It always does. And now, right now, this past week in New York State, people are getting letters from the state. Understand that your guns have to be registered there, right? Now that they have passed the SAFE Act in New York, which bans guns that hold, I believe it's more than 7. And, of course, it's supposed to be just magazines. But no. People are getting letters that say, your gun must be turned in, and it's got your guns, your whole list of them that you own, the serial numbers, because you had to give all that information, of course. And guess what they are? Are these high-capacity, fast-shooting guns? No. They're Marlin 30-30s. They're Mossberg 22 rifles. They are lever-action 22s. And they say the reason is ammo capacity, because they'll hold more than 5 or more than 7. And you're being issued legal orders to turn in your guns. Confiscate your guns. So for those who say, oh, you guys just make this stuff up, why are you so paranoid? You know what? It's not paranoia if they're actually doing it at the moment. Firearms registration always leads to confiscation. And make no mistake, I had this conversation a few days ago with a listener who is an NRA Life member, he says, where he said, we just got to be reasonable about this. We've got to support this universal background check thing. We've got to have full background checks at gun shows and private sales. To which I said, well, so you're for gun registration? He said, well, I didn't say anything about registration. And my point is, this thing that Obama wants, that the gun ban lobby wants, that Chuck Schumer wants, that Michael Bloomberg wants, this thing they call universal or comprehensive background checks is gun registration. It's the only way it can work. If you don't register every gun, then they won't be able to track and say, gee, did it go through our system when it was transferred from one person to the other? So as soon as they pass it, they will turn around and say, oh, we didn't realize. This isn't going to work, this whole comprehensive background check thing, unless we have a record of every gun, who owns it, and what it is, and the serial number, and the caliber, and where you store it. So we have to have registration to make this wonderful, warm, cuddly, comforting, comprehensive background check system work. And of course, once they get the registration, they can then decide, oh, gee whiz, you know what? We just decided some of those guns you have are way too ugly, are way too big, or way too small, shoot way too fast, hold too much ammo, something that we don't like, so we're going to send you a notice that says you must turn in your gun, just as they're doing right now in New York. Make no mistake about it, the universal background check is gun registration, which means it's gun confiscation. Don't get sucked into this thing. Don't get caught saying, well, gee, if we could just be reasonable. There is no reasonable with people who want to cut your head off. They want to destroy every gun in the United States. Of course, the only people that will have them then are the crooks who don't obey the law, of course. Do not get fooled by this comprehensive universal background check nonsense. It's gun registration. It's what it is. That's at the core of it. Why else would Bloomberg and Schumer and Brady and Gabby Giffords and Obama want it? Not for a background check. We already have background checks. The FBI has to okay every single purchase at a licensed gun dealership. Gun registration leads to confiscation. It is doing it right now in New York, in the United States of America, to your friends, to your brothers, to your gun-owning brothers and sisters. Their guns are being confiscated even as we speak. Do not buy into this. Don't do it.